Hey, good morning, boys and girls. We have 21 students here. James, I'm gonna need you to stop that noise. All right. How is everybody doing? Nancy's on. Hey, Nancy. Who else? We have Ashton, Avery. Tariq is here. Layla. Hi, Layla. Hi, Sahadeep. Kylan is here. Yay. Tanaya. Hey, Tanaya. Ashton came on with a greeting. Good morning. Valeria is here. She's always asking about quizzes, and we are going to have quizzes today. Today we're talking about fractions, and I'm going to attempt to close the fraction unit up so that you can concentrate on what the county sent out. So you should have gotten a packet in the mail from the county, a math packet. If you did not, you will be getting one this week. And there's also the same packet as in Schoology if you wanted to get started and you didn't receive it. Has anyone here received it? Can I get a yes? If you have your packet, you got it in the mail. Okay, I got it. Lots of comments here. All right, Mason is here. Hi, Mason. Okay, so Ansela got her packet. Ethan didn't get his yet. All right, lots of no's. We don't have that packet yet. All right. A good idea is to start writing in your answers from the packet online. And then when the packet comes in the mail, you can just transfer your answers right on over. Okay, let's get started with fractions. Today we're going to be comparing fractions. Hi, Camden. Oh, love you too, Valeria. All right, we're going to be comparing fractions. So, open this. I want you to remember that the top number is the numerator. And the bottom number, oh, I was looking for a whole, is the denominator. Thank you. Part. And then the denominator would be what? The numerator is the part. The denominator would be the, oh, you can't put that on here. Simone Leslie, you can't put that on there. Right, the bottom would be the whole. So, three-fourths and two-fourths. Which one is bigger and how do we know? Which one is bigger and how do we know? Boys and girls, I do want you to remember the whole has to be the same size. What you're comparing, the circle that I'm comparing, it has to be the same size. I can't compare a little bitty circle like this and divide it into 4 parts and then compare it to this one. That would be incorrect. They have to be the same size. So my denominator has 4. How many do I shade in over here? For 3/4. How many? Hi, Devante. Devante completed all of his Pearson lessons. Let me tell you, every last Pearson lesson, Devante is done. I need to go ahead and post more Pearson lessons for him, but so many people are behind. I don't want to go too far. Okay, good. Everybody's saying shade in 3, Miss Williams, shade in 3, 2, 3. All right, and how many am I shading in here? Good. Which one is more? Is this more or is this one more? Which fraction is more? Yep, I see Saeed says 2. I'm getting a lot of 2s. I've shaded in 2. What fraction is more? Yep, this one is also equal to 1/2 because it's half of the circle. Okay, good. Everybody's saying that 3/4 is more. So I'm going to open up the alligator's mouth to eat the 3/4. That's the one that's more. And the alligator wants to eat the one that's more. Now, same denominator. Which one is more? Which one is more? All right, I'm getting the answer. My denominator is 8, so I have drawn in 8 and 8. Here I'm going to shade in 7 out of 8. Shaded in 7 out of 8. And on the other side, I'm going to shade in 3. And everybody, I mean everybody, has told me that 7/8 is more. You know why, boys and girls? Because comparing fractions when the denominator is the same is really easy. When the denominator is the same, they both have the same amount of parts. So I can clearly see that this one is more. Now, let's talk about when the denominator is different. When the denominator is different. All right, I have a banana here. If I only shared the banana with me and Brian is going to share it. Okay, so he will get half and I will get half. The denominator is what? Good, I see Valeria saying 2. What if Christian came along and said, oh, I want a piece. So now I have to split it into how many? Because there's no longer 2 of us. Now my denominator becomes what? It's me, Valeria, and Brian. What's the denominator? 3. Good. So now my denominator is 3. So do I get more if I split it with just me and Brian? Or do I get more if I split it with me, Brian, and Valeria? Which way would I get more? 3 parts? Yep, I'm getting 3 parts. 3, 3, 3. Just me and Brian. Good, good. So, okay, thank you for subscribing. All right. So if it's just me and Brian, the denominator is 2. If it's me, Brian, and Valeria, the denominator is 3, right? So I would get 1 piece out of the 2. I would get a half. But if it's me, Brian, and Valeria, I would get 1 out of 3. What if I said, oh, all right, Mason, you get a piece too. What's the denominator if I add Mason? What about if I add Mason now? Now he gets a piece. So 1, 2, how many? Okay, good. The denominator is 4 now. Boys and girls, which way would I get more? Which fraction is more? Yes, it's 4 now. Which fraction is the most, where I can get the most from the banana? Do I want to split it in half? Would I get the most then? Do I want to split it in thirds? Would I get the most? If I split it in fourths, would I get the most? Let's take a look. Here's the banana. Has to be the same size that we're comparing. It's the is the banana with me and Brian. This is my piece. This is me, Brian, and Valeria. This is my piece. This is me, Brian, Valeria, and Mason. And this is my piece. Now, boys and girls, tell me, which one is more? Oh, lots of people saying that I would get more, that this little piece right here is more. 1/4. And I think that they are confused because they know that 4 is a bigger number. But I would only, if I have, the more people I have to share it with, the smaller the fraction becomes, the smaller the part for me. I see Christian has 1/2. Brian says 1/2. Wait, who's that? It's going so fast. Kylan says 1/2. Mason, Sadiq, Christian says not correct. 1/2. 1/2. Yes, I would definitely. I mean, if I had to split this banana between me and the entire class, oh my gosh, I would just get a tiny little bit of a fraction. My fraction would be so tiny. So when we're comparing fractions with different denominators, the fraction with the least on the bottom, that'll be the biggest one. The least amount of people that I would need to share with. Now, let me ask you a question. Oh, somebody took their answer away. Message retracted. All right. And that's fine. Now, we definitely know how to compare when the denominator is the same. Now the denominators are going to be different and the numerators will be the same. So let's see. All right. Who can tell me which one is the greatest? Is it 2/5 or 2/3? Remember, we don't want to go with the number that's bigger because that doesn't necessarily mean bigger. Same size here, we're going to compare. But this one, I have to break into 5 pieces, and then I can get 2 slices. This one, I have to break into 3 pieces, and then I can get 2 slices. All right, I'm seeing answers. All right, let me continue, because I want everybody to be correct. All right. The denominator is 3 here, so I have 3 parts. The denominator is 5 here, so I have 5 parts. All right. Now it's time for me to shade in my numerator. Both of them is 2, so I'm going to shade in 2 pieces or 2 parts for me. Now, boys and girls, which one is the greatest? Is it the one with the bigger denominator, or is it the one with the smaller denominator? All right, answers are coming in. All right, 2/3, 2/3, 2/3, 2/3. Christian, you say 2/5? I'm looking. All right, 2 out of 3, 2 out of 3. All right, boys and girls, and the answer is the alligator wants to eat 2/3. So if you said 2/3, you were correct. Look at the picture. This is more. This is less. All right. one more before we go into our quizzes, maybe two more. You guys were confused at first. Until I just kept talking, and then you guys caught on. All right, let's see. Yay. All right, let's try another one. As a matter of fact, and remember, oh, can't see. Remember what I have on the board here. I'm going to keep that on the board so that you'll be able to compare. All right. Here we go. 3 out of 5 or 3 out of 10? Which one is more? 3 out of 5 or 3 out of 10? All right. The squares have to be the same size. All right. All right, it's looking good. It's looking good. All right. I'm going to break one into 5 pieces, 5 parts. All right. I have my denominators, 3 out of 5 parts and 3 out of 10 parts. Which one is more? You just have to wait. I'll be about 5 more minutes. All right. Let's see. Let's see who's right. All right. I've shaded in my 3 out of 5. Now I'm going to shade in my 3 out of 10. All right. All right. I'm looking at these answers. Some people are still not quite understanding, though. Most of us are, but some people are not. We're going to have to do another one after this one. All right. Which one is more? Is it this one, 3 out of 5, or is it this one, 3 out of 10? 3/10. Which one? Antali saying 3/10. Pull that in. All right. And the answer is, drum roll, please. I want to eat 3/5. The alligator opens his mouth to eat 3/5. If you chose 3/5 as your answer, you are absolutely correct, because I would get more if I get 3 out of 5 than if I got 3 pieces out of 10. I would get more. This one is what? Yes, absolutely. If you compare the two pictures, this one is more than that one. Now, there's a pattern here, boys and girls. I want you to notice the pattern. The greater one had the lesser number at the bottom, had the lesser number on the as the denominator. 3 was less than 5, and that was the greater fraction. Do you notice that? Okay. 4 is greater than 3 and 2, but it had the less fraction. Oh my gosh. All right. So are we noticing a pattern? So boys and girls, the least amount of people that I need